In the Canadian Medical Association Journal this week, a group of doctors, lawyers, and water rights experts say until comprehensive studies on health impacts are complete, there should be no release of treated tailings water into the Athabasca River. That river flows into the Great Slave Lake, into the Decho, and then on to the Arctic Ocean. Alberta's energy regulator estimates that tailings ponds contain 1.4 billion cubic meters of fluid tailings and 400 million cubic meters of contaminated water. You could fit 240 West Edmonton malls inside the fluid tailings alone. Fort Chipewyan Métis President Kendrick Cardinal agrees with the report authors in their calls for more research into the long-term effects of oil sands exposure.
Our health is under researched, but the risks are undeniable. I'd like to have no tailings water release, absolutely none go into the river. We should also have immediate protective measures while research is underway, and a commitment from all levels of government to act on the findings.
Dr. Nicole Redvers says the Fort Chipewyan study is the first of its kind. She says it's needed because industry fails to notify downstream communities about leaks. She says industry understates the extent of pollutants, and of all the studies looking into oil sands, just a few look at human health.
We've just seen a complete lack of effort and funding to be able to adequately long-term monitor the health impacts. It's just never been done.
Downstream communities like Fort Chipewyan have maintained that they believe oil sands pollution is bringing cancer and illness. And the authors say this has kept them from consuming traditional foods.
I don't think industry-backed research that is not independent is going to lead to studies that communities will trust.
In 2024, an aerial survey found that oil sands pollution was 64 times higher than industry has reported. Northwest Territories ER doctor Courtney Howard says without traditional knowledge, scientists are constrained by small sample sizes in downstream communities.
The Alberta Cancer Board looked into cancer rates over a decade ago now in Fort Chipewyan and found higher than expected overall cancers and levels of cancer of the blood and lymphatic system, biliary tract, and soft tissues.
But the board said those findings could be attributed to chance, increased detection, or actual increased risk. Dr. Howard says scientists will continue to struggle to get usable results if they don't incorporate traditional knowledge. Alberta's Environment Minister Rebecca Schultz declined CBC's interview request. In an emailed statement, Press Secretary Ryan Fournier said Alberta takes environmental protections seriously. He says Alberta's Independent Oil Sands Monitoring Committee has recommended the federal government speed up its regulations to allow the release of treated tailings water. Avery Zingel, CBC News, Yellowknife.